Hello everyone and welcome back guys to round 18 of AOR Season 14, and as you're probably going to be able to guess from the title, we seem to be back to the usual stuff of just races. Well, I'm not going to reveal too many spoilers as of just yet, but I think we can all safely agree, as you would have probably guessed by the title, just evenings that just don't appear to be able to go my way. As you can see on board, currently in qualifying, trying to get a lap in. I hadn't really done too much practice for this, so it's probably wasn't going to help me out there, and well, just clip that apex there somehow, invalidate that lap as well after spinning on my first attempt. Now on to my final ditch attempt of qualifying here, coming through the first couple of corners, and we run ever so slightly wide there because we get a twitch, and well, that decides, you know what, that's you know, we were gaining an advantage from that, so it's only fair that we get disqualified there. Well, I say disqualified, we get another lap invalidated there, means we can't get a lap in that session. The top 8 separated by just 0.3 of a second, albeit Brown on pole on a set of these super soft tyres there, so he's still just proving that he is much quicker than most people in this field. But let's move on then into the race. It is 5 lights here in Mexico, a long run down towards turn 1 here, and it's the lights out, and away we go, off to a fairly clean start. They're able to jump Die Hard straight off the line there. Potentially we could have looked past icebergs as well on the run down towards turn 1. They were going to try and move a little bit to the outside as well. They really try and make sure we're on that outside, brake a little bit early, you know, brake a bit cautiously down towards someone. No idea what iceberg's lag is as we go down into the corner, but it appears coming through these first couple of turns we're able to keep it nice and clean. Then more so, no idea really. I think he did apologise to me in all fairness after that, but yeah, just completely squeezed me out on the exit of the corner there. That was only both of us in the wall until we both realised what was going on. We're just going to hopefully try and hold it down the inside there through the next corner. As you can see now, coming through, Gorsh Crab there is lagged all over the shop there and is completely mounted BPRL midget there, so unfortunately for him, more so completely shoves me out wide there as Die Hard is able to sneak back through there, and that's been a bit of lag, a bit of contact, and that meant that we're back down to P13 of this Grand Prix though. Die Hard and more so side by side. Die Hard is now turning this into, well, a drag strip by the looks of it, just straight lining absolutely everywhere there. He did say afterwards that he had front wing damage there, which I think is just about acceptable. Now on to lap 2 of this race, all over the back of Morso here, and a long run towards someone. Then we're going to pull to the outside. We've got the fresher, harder compound, softer compound of tyre there, so we should be able to swing it right around his outside there, which we are able to do so there. And now up into P11 of this Grand Prix here. Next up is Gorsh Crab and Sam F1 LFC. Sam actually into this race was coming in like he could mathematically win this World Championship here today, so that'd be a very good result for him. On to lap 4 though, all over the back of Gorsh Crab here. We're going to try and look down the inside towards turn 1 here, but just with the way the slipstream and the DRS works, I mean, we pull alongside and then there's absolutely nothing that we can gain there. We are on the inside though for turn 1. We should hopefully try and break just that a little bit later. Yes, we do. We now slot up into P10 of this Grand Prix here. So back up into the points of this race here now. Closing up to Sam F1 LFC here. He's got this DRS as well to the car ahead, but this time it plays a bit differently there. It seems that we were able to get the slipstream on Sam, so we're now trying to look right around his outside down towards turn 1 there, and we are able to make that work as well. Just trying to make sure that we give him the space on the exit there. We make a tiny bit of contact there, as I thought he had just about backed out there, and I think he's going to try to look back towards my outside here on this long run down towards turn 4 there. I noticed Gorsh trying to look to the inside there, so we're certainly not going to give any room. He dives it down the inside there. A very aggressive move from him, but both Sam and I in a very compromised position there. Sam, we try and go right around his outside there, and we now move back up into P10 of this Grand Prix there. But an interesting lunge from Gorsh Crab, to say the least there. Personally, wasn't a particularly big fan of that. I didn't feel there was enough room for him to be diving it down the inside as of right there. But coming through this next sector all over the back of the Mercedes driver here, attacking these apexes so much better than he was there. Unfortunately, almost pushing him through there means that we actually had to come out a little bit wide on the exit of that corner. We try to swing it right around the outside into the stadium section there. He runs deep though. We're going to move up in that place. He's going to keep it down the inside though. Going to completely squeeze me off the circuit there, giving me absolutely no room there. He's going to then lose out on a little bit of time. I think he's going to lose out on both positions as well there. So we now move up into P9 of this race, and now on the back of XRL Bobbert here, who's actually, he's now 1 point ahead of me in the Drivers' Championship, so absolutely crucial that we try and beat him in today's race as well though. Sam F1 LFC able to jump me though back in the pit stops there on lap 12 of this race, as Coldhead is also going to fly back past me as well. So we're all the way back down to P12 of this Grand Prix here, and this is certainly not ideal as of right now. You know, we really were hoping, obviously. Unfortunately, I had to leave it at the edit, but Gorsh was just holding Sam and I up so much, just making so many interesting, risky lunges that, you know, neither of us were particularly happy about. And in the end, he actually quit the race as well, because supposedly he was having force feedback issues. Therefore, don't really know why he was trying to defend so much, but hey-ho, there's nothing we can know about that now. Sam tries to go a little bit defensive there. We're going to move to the inside there, go fly back past him, up into P8 of this Grand Prix here, and I think we should be able to hold on to that. Yes, we do, just about there, as we pick up our first, I think, 3-second time penalty of the day. Skipping on 10 laps later, though, and not really too much actually happened by this point of the Grand Prix. We've sort of just found myself mainly in no man's land here, but 11 laps to go of this race. There were 3 cars up the road that we should be able to close up to. We had a couple of penalties by this point of the day, but still, you know, hoping we can try and forever get closer to those two. We really do need to outscore Bobbitt today, because we're 1 point behind him, as I said. It was looking like we'd be able to outscore Midget as well, so we could potentially move back up into P6 of the standings here as we now move on to lap 27 of this race, all over the back of Morse. They're attacking those curbs so much more than he was able to do there. We are going to get a bit of a better run. We've got the DRS though, and we're going to try and look towards the inside. Maybe it's going to be a little bit of a late lunge there, but we do make that work. We do get it nicely caught on the apex as well, though we didn't exactly compromise him as well. A tiny bit of lag here between the pair of us there, so unfortunately, well, for more so there, we are able to move up into P7 a little bit easier than I think he would have liked, but we've now moved up into P7 of this Grand Prix. You can see Herschel, well, he's doing a die-hard there and just completely turned this track into a straight line as we come through this second sector here. We've now really got to try and close up to the Force India cars here. On to lap 32 of this race, and it appeared, you know, they were playing the team game. It appeared that Herschel was trying to help Bobbitt, give him the slipstream and the DRS down the straight, which means I just wasn't able to get anywhere near the back of either of them here. Really just so frustrating, you know, you don't get a double toe on this game. It basically just levels everything out and means you can't get anywhere close to either of the cars ahead of you. You can see we're actually losing speed to Bobbitt there as we come down the second straight there. So really frustrating at this time of the race. But I knew these guys we all had about 18 seconds worth of time penalties by this point of the race. I think actually Herschel was up to 21 by now, and I think Bobbitt, yeah, as I said, was on about 18 here as we come through this middle sector once more. They're all attacking the curb so nice there relative to these two guys ahead of me there. Trim that curb, don't get a warning for that somehow. Now coming through the next couple of corners there, we just about get those two hooked up nicely, as well as we're still all over the back of Bobbitt here. We're going to run a little bit wide into the next corner there. We're going to actually clip the apex though overall quite nicely here, as this is just so frustrating. As you can see, just attacking the curbs absolutely everywhere here, not getting any warnings, running a little bit wide there. We've picked up another 3-second time penalty for running ever so slightly wide over a curb, which I'm not really too sure what that is all about. But yeah, we're still on the back of Bobbitt, but you can just see with the slipstream, with the DRS, he's pulling away. And I'll tell you now, I was running 1.7 wings for this race in the hopes that this would not happen. So very frustrating here. Down towards turn 1 though, once more in this race, and Bobbitt still all over the back of Herschel here, and this was absolutely critical for Bobbitt and I's championship standings. You know, as I said, 1 point coming into this race. We were both probably going to jump Midget if the race were to finish in the positions we were all in at this moment in time, so we really did need to try and jump Herschel here. You know, we also needed to jump Bobbitt still as we come through this middle sector here, all over the back of both Force India cars. That Herschel is going so slowly there. We're trying to keep the back end in line there as we're all over the back of Bobbitt there. Don't get a particularly good run through the first part of this S section here as we try and keep it nice and tidy as we come through, run a little bit wide there, just clip the curb there, pick up a warning for corner cutting there, even though we quite clearly lost time there. Ran wide on the exit as well here, braking now down in towards the next corner. We get another warning there, and well, as you can see, if there was any more reasons why season 15 I just can't be bothered, there we are. We have been disqualified from the Mexican Grand Prix there, and I'll tell you now as we'll have a look on the after race results. It was just ridiculous, because I had, as I said, I think 21 seconds worth of time penalties. You can see Midget 25 seconds, TRL Ellis 28 seconds, Herschel 23 seconds. Yet we're the only one that gets disqualified at the end of the day. So very frustrating on the whole. And in all honesty, well, it just leaves me with absolutely no motivation going into the final couple of rounds. I don't think anyone is particularly close behind me that can jump me in these final two races, unless they have a couple of really good results. So I think it's all basically said and done in this season. Brown wins, Drawmaster second, Sam in third. I think now he has got a 50-point lead in the driver's standing, so he needs to score 1 point between now and the end of the season, so he will be crowned world champion there. But thank you all so much for watching once more. Just so frustrating. You know, I thought USA, it might have been a bit of turnaround in this season, but well, F1 quite clearly had other ideas there. But as I said, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time for the penultimate race at Brazil.